And so I invite everyone to come into that space that allows them to meditate, to pray, to do contemplative practice, to, to be centered and grounded. You might take a few deep breaths, or you might just turn your attention within yourself and attend to your own breathing and the sensations of your own breathing. As your eyelids rest or close. And as with each of the statements I'll be making about commitments to yourself, I invite you to think about what are the commitments you make to yourself during difficult times. And again, this was written by Laura Mancuso. My commitments to myself. I take care of myself first because I deserve exquisite care. I take care of myself to maintain the capacity to help others. I move and I stretch my body every day. I spend some time in nature, attuning my senses to Earth's wisdom. I ration my daily exposure to the news. I identify and access credible sources of information, protecting myself from becoming overwhelmed by information about the pandemic. And I pace myself in all ways, taking that middle path that Buddha talked about. I sit with the reality of uncertainty and impermanence and allow it to temper my desire to control. I listen without judgments to other people's reactions, which may and often are different from my own. I forgive myself and others when stress brings out our shallow selves. I feel fear fully when I am fearful. And sadness when I am sad. And anger when I am angry, and joy when I am joyful. I seek out healthy pleasures and indulge in them without guilt. I remind myself that feelings are transient states that move through me. They do not last, and they do not define me or my thoughts. I balance my drive for self-improvement with compassionate acceptance of myself as I am right now. I initiate contact with loved ones to let them know I hold them in my heart, even if I cannot be with them. I seek out with increased sensitivity those who are the most vulnerable. And if possible, I share my resources with those who need help now. When possible, I move away from people, situations, experiences that do not serve my highest good. I do not need that in my life at this time. I strengthen my connections to my sources of spiritual strength so I can continue to be replenished. I acknowledge that for all humankind and myself, that there is a nearness of death, and it motivates me to live my life more fully. I make time to pray for the suffering of all beings to cease. I grieve my losses and celebrate my successes as I grieve the losses of those I love and joyfully embrace their successes. And I remain open to new ways of being, surprising sources of joy, and unanticipated discoveries every day. with compassion in my heart for myself and all living beings. I bring this time of meditation to a close, holding all I have felt and learned and experienced with me to take into my day.